Here it is, the viral famous restaurant, Creole Special, that was made popular by the famous TikToker Keith Lee. He has over like 10 million followers on TikTok. He said this place is one of the only 10 out of 10s he's ever given. So we're gonna be picking up the food that he got here. Back home, and I got this beautiful meal: salmon, rice, sweet potatoes and yam, and their famous mac and cheese. This mac and cheese is supposed to be out of this world, incredible, nothing like you've ever seen before. I'm not really sure yet why it's so good. They don't describe it that well, so maybe I could add in some details as to what makes this mac and cheese so good. So let's dig in. Okay, so here's how I would describe it. The mac and cheese, it's like mac and cheese I've had before, you know, with kind of like the chewy cheese. The difference comes with the seasoning that has a Cajun spicy taste to it. So that's what makes this a bit unique and different, and why people are raving about it. It has that cheesy, chewy texture of a typical, you know, mac and cheese, which you could probably find in the South and like in the East. But when you mix that with this kind of Cajun, almost Old Bay, but like more spicy flavor from the spice they put on it, you get a solid kick to it, a little bit of a spice to that flavor. So would I give it a 10 out of 10? That's a high rating. I've had some really good mac and cheese. I give it like a solid 9.3, which is still a very high rating. If you're not a big spice fan, if you're not a big Cajun fan, then I could see someone liking the kind of chewy, cheesy mac and cheese that you might find somewhere else a bit more. Now let's check out this this salmon. Now, Keith Lee said that mac and cheese was the best he's ever had, as have others. Even freaking Cenat said that. But I would say, I would give it, it's up there, but I've had like some real good mac and cheese in my life. Okay, the salmon is, first off, it's a bit dry, and this fillet is like really thin. So it's almost like they pan fried this, so it's a bit dry at the top. There's a little bit of seasoning, but honestly, I think I've had better salmon. I'm not tasting the Cajun as much. I actually just had salmon recently at a place called California Fish Grill, which is a chain. And arguably, their salmon was maybe even better than this one. But this, I would give the salmon a 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a bit dry, and it's a bit thin, it's okay. Yeah, it's a bit dry for sure. All right, let's try the sweet potatoes and yam. Now they did that right. There's clearly some cinnamon, some sugar in there. The sweet potatoes and the yam just like melt in your mouth. That I would give a 10 out of 10. I don't know if you could do those better. And they're not like mushy either. Like, look at this. You can still see the pieces. Sometimes I'll get like sweet potatoes and yam, especially like near Atlanta. And like you get good Southern food in like Atlanta and North Carolina like this. Even New York, but like usually like the sweet potatoes look like they've been there for like too many days, and it's like mushed together and so forth. But here it's pretty darn good. Check me out. My name is Will. I have traveled across the USA, not just for food, but for life, to explore the nature, the cultures, the different ways of living. And now we're in Vegas trying out Keith Lee's incredible food.